So probably. So I have never animated anything before, so let's watch some videos. How to animate in Clip Studio. I actually watched some videos. I'm gonna pick the I don't know which one to pick. I'm gonna pick the shortest one first. That way we don't have to deal with anything complex. So let's do that. If my internet works, of course. I don't know how I'm streaming, but my internet is not. God.
So I've been animating with Clip Studio Paint for like 5 years. I don't know how many hours I've spent over the years on drawing after drawing, project after project, year after year. But when you spend so much time in a program, you get real comfortable experimenting with different tools, shortcuts, and techniques. I looked at the Clip Studio Paint animation tutorials and I was like, let me get a crack at it and make my own amazing Clip Studio Paint animation tutorial.
For the sake of the audio, I'm gonna stop the button
File, new, animation.
so we can actually hear.
Yeah, I think you know the drill. I think you and I know the drill very well.
I don't
These
know if I know
presets
the
are the
drill.
standard, 720p, 1080p. With these presets, the extra space outside the blue
New
outline
files.
isn't included when you export the video for animation. It's just to give you extra room for notes and elements outside the scene. Personally,
920p.
I have my blank space off just because if I have notes, I'll keep them in the animatic, and I rarely write notes on my final animation. Also, sometimes I animate on a canvas that's 4x3 just because I think it's cozier. The only other thing I mess with on here is the frame rate, which I change depending on what I'm working on. And you can also change it while you're animating if you go to Animation, Timeline, and change frame rate. The animation interface works differently than any other animation programs, which is what I think turns most people away from animating in Clip Studio. But for some ungodly reason, if you have ever been forced to animate
actually
in
12
Photoshop at some point,
might work.
then you're gonna be a superstar because animating in Clip Studio Paint is similar. Alright, so
Okay,
in most
I'm gonna
animation
start.
programs, you arrange the frames like this, and then you put these into layers, and they'll have a different stacking order, so you can put different things on top of each other. Clip Studio Paint is the same, but frames are called layers, and layers are called folders.
Okay. What? What does that mean?
Layers, and they'll have a different stacking order, so you can put different things on top of each other. Clip Studio Paint is the same, but frames are called layers and layers are called folders. I know that's kind of confusing, so let's just look at one of my animation files. So like an illustration file, I have my line art above the color. All my line art drawings are in this folder, and the colors for the corresponding art are arranged in the folder below. Usually people merge their line art and color, but I keep them separate to make it easier to go back and fix minor things, even if it means I have more layers to manage. Speaking of merging layers, it isn't as simple as in an illustration file, since although they are arranged above each other in the timeline, they're in separate folders in the layers panel. So if I want to merge two different layers, I just drag them both out of their respective folders, and then I merge whatever I want to merge, and then I drag them back into the folder that I want them to be in. When you merge two layers, the one on the bottom is the one that keeps the name, so when you put it back in the folder, make sure that the name is the one that corresponds with the one on the timeline. If it's not, then you just right-click the timeline and reselect it. I use this a lot since when I'm animating,
okay, this guy's going a bit too fast for me.
Them back into the folder that I want them to be in. When you merge two layers, the one on the bottom is the one that keeps the name, so when you put it back in the folder, make sure that the name is the one that corresponds with the one on the timeline. If it's not, then you just right-click the timeline and reselect it. I use this a lot since when I'm animating, I'll often want to copy specific elements onto different frames, and when Clip Studio Paint pastes elements, it pastes them onto new layers. Since animation frames are just layers, that means that they have the same properties that they would in an illustration file. You can add different blending modes and layer properties. On the timeline, you can select multiple at once and drag them around to change the timing. When you right click, you're able to choose any frame in the current folder that you want to appear at that moment. So if you want to reuse a drawing from earlier, that's cool, but if you edit one instance of it, all the others will change as well. If you want to copy a layer, it's the same Control-C, Control-V, and then you just add the newly pasted frame to the timeline. When you're copying, pasting, and rearranging a lot of frames, make sure to keep the frame names in check since they're automatically named and it can get really messy. Like, look at my recent files.
I guess you would see my screen.
But what if you're like, I want to play this sequence
Okay, I need to
3 times.
show.
When you're copying and pasting a sequence of frames, Control-C and Control-V won't work, since that'll just copy and paste the current layer. If you want to copy a sequence of frames, you select them, right-click, copy, right-click, paste. Got it!
Wow.
So see, this sequence of frames repeats, but the layers themselves aren't copied. Only their instance on the timeline is copied. You gotta know, in Clip Studio Paint, the Layers panel is like a collection of drawings, and the timeline is where you decide when they're on screen and for how long. I think once you fiddle with it enough and understand that. For this part, I'll just show you all the functions and tools for animation that I use a lot. So, you know, the onion skin, classic. Everybody loves the onion skin, come on. You turn it on and it shows the frame before and after, so you can draw the in-between. Everybody loves the onion skin, come on, it's a classic actually. If you go to animation, show animation cells in onion skin settings, you can actually change the color of the onion skin, how many frames. I'm gonna tell you a little story. And if you don't want to hear the story, well, that really sucks for you, cause it's my Clip Studio Paint animation tutorial half-hour special, and I get to tell my story.
Okay, I'm gonna skip.
You for years, and I'll go, oh, you guys, you're so silly. Around in the timeline, but I mean, if you edited your audio prior to importing, then you won't really need to. These blue bars let you change which frames are currently editable on the timeline, which is useful for lip sync since you can zone in on the audio that you're currently syncing and watch the playback over and over to see the mouths line up. They're also just useful for honing in on one sequence and turning on looping to see if the movement flows as it plays in real time. And with playback, if you have an older computer and a lot of different folders and moving elements, the playback of your animation might get a little laggy or slow. But if you go to animation, playback settings, and prefer speed, this will tell Clip Studio to prefer playing back the animation at a speed closer to what the exported video will look like, rather than showing each frame in high quality. But also, if I'm just focused on seeing how different frames flow into each other, I spend time scrubbing with the spread highlight to control the view of the frames and to see if different poses and drawings flow into one another. Alright, tweens are really useful, but they work differently than any other animation program I've used. So let's say I just want to have this guy slide over here. You know, pretty simple little slide. I enable keyframes on this layer, make a keyframe for where I want him to start, go to where I want him to end, and then I use the operation tool to slide him to where I want him to be at that moment. So there are 3 types of keyframes you can add with this little button right here. Hold interpolation doesn't make any new frames in between keyframes. Linear interpolation makes a linear transition between keyframes, and smooth interpolation eases in and out of different keyframes. You can edit the speed of movements by clicking on this graph and adjusting these curves. Tweens are crazy, you know, you can change the position, rotate, scale, and the opacity. You can edit these properties in the window here when you have the operation tool selected, or you can grab layers with the operation tool and edit them how you like. You can do some crazy stuff with tweens and all. I've only showed you the bare minimum just because I don't really use them a lot. But I actually lied to you. I'm actually using tweens as we speak right now as I'm talking. Look at me. Since I animate with my liner and color in separate layers, if I want to tween a character, I merge the liner and color into one layer and put them in a separate folder between them, instead of tweening the liner and color separately. Tweens talking. Look at me. Since I animate with my liner and color in separate layers, if I want to tween a character, I merge the liner and color into one layer and put them in a separate folder to tween them, instead of tweening the liner and color separately. Tweens move and transition layers however you transform them, and when you enable keyframes on a folder, you're unable to edit the layers inside the folder to fix things. So if I want to use tweens in an animation, I usually plan to do them near the completion of a project. But you can always just turn keyframes off, do whatever, and then turn them back on. The camera tool works very similar to tweening. Right-click, new animation layer, 2D camera folder, and then you just make keyframes and tweens with the operation tool. Keyframes like this work the same in camera folders and tweening folders. Excuse me.
Okay, let's hear the shortcuts, and I think I can start.
Just for
Because I don't really know what's going on.
For animation. I only have 4 shortcuts that are specific for animation. The first 2 are less than and greater than for back of frame and forward frame. I use this all the time. It's really useful for flipping through frames to see how they follow one another. Also, okay, when you're watching a YouTube video, most people know that the J, K, and L keys are for going back and forward 10 seconds and pausing. But a lesser known control for YouTube videos is that less than and greater than move forward and backwards 1 frame when the video is paused. This is useful for analyzing cool animation and seeing how they work frame by frame. The other 2 animation shortcuts I have are O for toggling the onion skin and N to play the animation. Since I have a 60% keyboard, all these keys are conveniently in the same area for me, so you should customize your shortcuts to suit your needs. Alright, when I'm drawing or when I'm animating and I move on to the liner after the sketch or animatic, I lower the opacity and go to a new layer, you know. I'm just like you guys. I put my socks on one sock at a time. I'm like a regular, honest guy. I'm off. But I also press change layer color. I just do this because it helps me differentiate what's liner and what's sketch, and it helps me focus on the lines I'm drawing rather than just following my sketch. By default, it changes it to blue, but you can change it to whatever you want. Speaking of changing line color, I have the F key set to convert to drawing color. My process for colored line work is that I'll have my line work, and then I'll lasso the lines that I want to be a specific color, pick the color, and then just press F. This is also just a really useful shortcut that I use when I want to see how different colors look. The other 2 custom shortcuts I have are Control G for toggling the grid and Control F for flipping the canvas. The grid I just kind of use whenever, and having Control F as flipping the canvas is just really convenient for quickly flipping the canvas to check for symmetry. The last shortcut I'll talk about is something that's actually default in Clip Studio Paint. C. When you press X, it switches between your main color and your subcolor, but when you press C, it switches from color to transparency. If I'm doing line art with a texture kind of brush, if I erase with the regular eraser tool, it often won't match the rest of the line. If you erase with C, you maintain the texture of the line by using an eraser that's the exact same size and shape as the pen you're using. This works with pens, brushes, and whatever. When I'm doing line art, I'm constantly switching between color and transparency. I learned this trick a few years ago from watching Casey Green's process video, which I really recommend watching if you make comics in Clip Studio. Well, that's all I gotta teach you.
Okay. From all of this, I would say I kind of understand a little bit. A little bit. I have never touched Clip Studio animation before, so I am as newbie as any newbie would be touching it. So, of course, the first thing everybody does, or I heard everybody does, I don't know, is draw a ball, and then basically have the ball go from one place to another. So let's try that. From my understanding, I just start drawing like it's a normal illustration, and then I'll see. Let's see how it goes. All right. I have a ball. Let's go black. I want to have a pen, please. Because now the problem is, I don't know how fast things go. Shoo! I'm thinking, shoo! Right? I should go, right? Shoo! Yeah. Yeah. This is my first. I've never animated before. And I'm trying it with Clip Studio. So I just literally just watched the tutorial. And I'm gonna try to animate a ball. So let's see how that goes. Okay. I don't know. I feel like for my ball to go fast, it needs to go shoo. I think let me do 24. Since I put at 12, and then I'll draw the last. I just create a new one, right? Is that how I do it? How do I add? Do I just drag it? I actually don't know. Do I right click it? 2. Okay. And then I want to see onion. Okay. And I just draw here. Right? Shoo. All right. I have the last frame and the first frame. So I would think the middle one, which I would assume would be 12, since we're on 24, 12, should actually I learned that it should not be linear from my understanding. So maybe what's between 12, 6. So let's grab 6 and let's have it here, and I want it to look like it's going forward. Oh, wait a minute. I have to create a new layer every single time, don't I? All right. I'm going to add it here. And then I'm going to create the other thing. And then let's see how it goes. All right. I don't want it to be too big. It doesn't make any sense. I want it to look like it's going forward. So I want it to warp a bit. Okay. And then between 24 and 12 would be 18. Okay. And then I'll create a new layer. Actually put it. So it'll be one, this one, and then this one, right? Actually, no, it should be here. That's actually correct. So on 18, let's put this guy here. And then this one should look even more warped, right? I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. And then it goes like this. Okay. So now let's create The 12th one. What would be the 12th one, right? It's interesting. It made one A, one B, and then it said layer one. I don't know what's going on. So let's add layer one. I don't know what the naming of this system is. I feel like you shouldn't even be able to see this one, right? Should I even draw it? Because you don't want to see it, right? Okay, let me turn off the onion. Let's see what it looks like. I kind of feel it, right? Okay. I think I need to. I think I need to draw. All right, let's go to layer one. Something in between. All right. All right. Let's disable onion layer. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, I need to drag this. I want to just see that. I just want to see my 24, 24, right? Okay. Will this actually show the last frame? No, it does not. 25 there. It kind of looks good, no? Well, we're all learning here, I guess. Don't worry, it'll be. I'm new too. Let me just save my animation. This will be animation number one. First animation ever. So, okay, now we made 6 and 1. So we need to find what's in between. It will be 3, right? I don't know how many of these I have to do, to be honest. So I don't know. I'm gonna add layer number 2. Why is it? The naming really needs to stop with this. And then maybe draw it like closer. It's in between, but it's like I wanted to start and zoom fast and then go. So I don't know how it's gonna go, but yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so 3, and then between 6 and 12 will be 9. So let's create a new layer, plug it in here. I don't know if it's gonna correctly layer them correctly, but I think it's doing it. And then it's be closer. I would say it would be closer to the green one. Feels weird to overlap things, but I guess it's supposed to overlap because it's a moving thing, you know. Shouldn't be too warped. Should be too warped. I think that works. Okay, we got. Is that? Did I put a 9? Wait. I meant to do 9. How do I move this thing? Bruh. Maybe zoom. Can I zoom in? Okay. Oh, that worked. Okay. We got 6. We got 9. We got 12. Now 15. And then I create a new one. Did I create a new one? Wait a minute. I forgot what I created. I'm gonna control it. Oh, what layer 1A, the naming system. All right. I'll be here. I don't want it to be as warped. I want to be in between. All right. I don't know. And I want it to de-accelerate. So between 18 and 24, that's 21, right? Create a new one. We're gonna sneeze. Give me a second. Achoo! Sorry about that. Okay, a new layer. And then let's add it here. And it's 1C for some reason. Whatever. is slowing down. So I want to touch this side, and I want it to form back to a ball like that. All right, let's see what it looks like. Let's see. So slow, no? I feel like so slow. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the bless you. It's too slow, man. A ball is not that fast. I mean, not that slow. Okay, let me. I guess I just need to scrunch everything together. So we have 0. What if we just half it? So basically, just switch one. So 6 would be. I have no idea how to move stuff. Okay. Mm, okay, that's actually pretty good speed. Move it to 6. Probably need to like decide how it should be. To 12. Okay, well, I don't know what it looks like. Okay, I think let's do one frame at a time and see what it looks like. You can always give them space afterwards. If it's too fast, we'll go back. So at this rate, it would be, how many frames would that be? It becomes 11 frames. All right, let's see how it looks like. Damn. Does that look like a ball? Well, it kind of looks like a weird ball. It feels linear, which is what I was trying to avoid. Maybe it needs more frame at the beginning. It goes shoot like this speed. Oh wait, maybe slower, and then shoot. This is what I want it to look like. But what it is right this. Yeah. This is what I want. So basically, easing in. You go fast and then you slow down. Yeah. I don't know how to do that though. Does that mean I need to increase the frame? Maybe I do need to increase the frames. Didn't I already save you though? Yeah. Okay. I think they said animation, and somewhere in animation you could timeline maybe change frame rate. Let's go to 24. Oh, that does not. What does that mean? Oh, that got way faster, no? Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, okay. So basically, because of that, I think we could move it a bit away from each other. So since I wanted to ease in, I think we give some space at the end. So let me give it a bit more. Maybe like this. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I want to see it entire. Okay, let's see. Maybe it needs to see more of the ball after it's landed. What do you think? How do you all think about this? Good? Not good? It's alright. It kind of does look like a moving ball. I'm sorry for the short people. I mean, the shorts, people watching through YouTube Shorts that they cannot really see this fully, but hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense what I'm doing. Okay, all right. I still think it's missing something. it's like it's like the the start I like. I think the end, maybe. Maybe it's just stopping. It doesn't have, maybe like when something goes really fast and it stops, it does a little like inertia tells it to go forward, but then I feel like we need something to slow it down as well. Well, 68%. can can you explain more? I am not following. But I feel like it needs to slow down a little bit at the end. As in like fight inertia a little bit. So that's what I should try to do. Alright. So enable onion layer. It stops, but then it's like needs to let me move this actually. It needs to go a little bit like forward. It's like let's just say I don't know how to draw a circle. Wait, maybe it could be like this. Doesn't make sense. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me remove this way. Alright. Let me move. I want to move it. Okay. And see. Goes. And then another layer. And let's add it here. And then this one basically snapping back to a circle. That's what I want to do. So it becomes, doesn't become the full circle. It becomes like this. When you're drawing circle could be this hard, huh? And then I go back to the original frame. How about that? So it goes zoom. I think I need to move you a bit. I need to move you. Yeah, I would say touching is probably better. And then here on 21st or something, we add back. I forgot what this is called. What layer is this? Layer number 2, right here. We add back layer number 2. Okay, I see what it looks like. Okay, kind of is what I want. It feels like it hit something. It does feel like it hit a wall. So I think to make it feel like it actually stopped, I think I need to exaggerate even more. So let's pause it. I don't know why is let me save it. Okay. So I like this, I like this, and I like this, but I think we can move. Can I shift move them? Let me see if I can shift move. Yeah, I want to move them a bit. And then I want to add another in between here and here. So we can add a new layer. That'll be 2A. And then this one can be even more exaggerated. So let's go. Okay, yeah. that too exaggerate? I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me timeline. All right, let's see. Let's see what it looks like. It does look like it's hitting something. I think it needs to go forward and come back. Let me move it forward and see what happens. All right, let's pause it. Let's pause it. What if I move just you in front, and then I move this one? I move you here, and then move you in a bit. Let's see. All right, let's see. I feel like it's going backwards, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think the first one maybe it shouldn't be like a C. Okay, okay. Maybe I think it being like a C is what I'm having trouble with, I think. So instead of it being a C, maybe just the top half should go like this. You know, like the front is trying to. It's like ugh, you know, leaning forward. All right, let's see what it looks like. It does look like it's getting hit by a rock. Like it's stopping because a rock hit it, not by its own will. And I think I know it's the dent, but I think it kind of makes sense. Maybe going backward was not really the best idea. But I do think this thing is having some. Okay, let's keep it in the same place. I think that's probably better. Let's go backwards. And then this one too, let's go backwards. So let's see. It goes. Maybe it's too small too. Yeah, this one also go backwards. Let's see how it goes. I think that's for now. Okay, I don't really know what's going on. So let me erase this top. It looks like it grew a hair or something. Anyway, I think for now it's fine, I guess. But let's see what the front looks like. Since it's so fast, you can barely see it, which I guess that's the point. Mind you, I'm doing this without any looking at. It's interesting, can I say? Without looking at any what do you call reference of how a ball, like another animation, you know. Yeah, I think this is too scrawny or something. I think the fact that it compacts maybe makes it look like it's getting hit, making it compressed. So what if we enlarge it? and place it like this. Not too much. And I feel like I want to rotate this too. No. I want to flip it actually, not rotate it. Okay, flip it. Flip horizontally. Flip vertically. Huh? Flip vertically? Flip horizontally? Flip vertically? Yay! Okay. Let's see how it looks. Kinda does. I kinda feel like it's stopping. Okay, let me move it for the shorts so the shorts can see as well. That's what it looks like now. Right? Kinda snapping back. Shoo, shoo, shoo. If I zoom out, would you guys be able to see? Okay, this is better. All right. Now, how do we add? I guess I can just fill it in. For now, make it simple black ball. Let me pause you. But adding color probably is the next step, right? But for now, we can just go pure black. See how it looks. Always undo it later, I guess. Maybe add a reflection thingy, shine, shadow. We can do that. Cool. Let's see how it looks like. It does lose. It does feel like it does lose something when it does that. Let me add some. I'm kind of cheating by not creating like separate layers and stuff like that by doing separate folders. But I'm doing this because this is my first time. I don't want to get too complicated. So let's add some shine to it. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Is this better? I have no idea. I'm kind of slowly having the light source be at the back. So I'm seeing how it's gonna look like after it's done. As if it makes sense. Okay, let's see. Let's see how it goes. Actually, the first layer kind of looks weird. Let me play first. What? No. Wow, that looks so good. For me, looks so good. What the heck? Okay. Let's go to the first one. I think we can add a bit more because I wanted to look kind of like the last part. Yeah. I think that's fine. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna leave it as it was. If you undo, you undo the layer based on how you affected it. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna actually try a different layer and draw a line. So how do I make a new folder? Actually, it's just a normal folder. New layer folder? No, that's different. Let me go Control Z. Do I go? It might actually just be a new layer folder. I wanted to be at the bottom. Let's put it inside. Is that how it works? And for this one, it'll be a line. So I'm just going to use a line, straight line. Hopefully it's thick. It's not thick at all. Brush side. Oh, it's white. Oh, I see what the problem is. Let's do a thick one, please. What? What do you little maybe gray? I don't know. If this was a black and white movie, would it be black as well? I think I'm gonna see if I can. Let's go straight. That's not good. That's too low. Oh, what I'm doing. Okay, let's see what it looks like. That's what I was scared that it's gonna be like it's flying. Because it might it does kind of look like it's flying, doesn't it? The ball is balling indeed. The ball is definitely balling. Maybe maybe we do like a yeah, maybe, I was thinking instead of having a single line, like if it's like semi 3D, you know? Like this kind of makes sense. Okay, so let's see. Let's click play. Okay. Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to do here, but let me see if I can cook a bit. Let's see if I'm cooking or not. Alright, I'm gonna color this. That works actually. The textures. It kind of looks weird, the texture. So what I'm trying to do is have it like look like it's a 3D environment. So this entire thing could be a road, it doesn't matter. Or it could be foreground, whatever. Okay, so oh, that's interesting. Yeah, okay. So now it goes like this. What I was trying to do is shine a light. So I'm trying to, add more complexion to this. And I think that would be a separate folder. Yes. A new layer under that folder. Now I can see why this would be difficult to manage. And then let's just be a light. I was gonna draw like an actual lamp, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea. For now, let's do simple. Not white, but lighter. and it's like shining on this thing. So let's say this is the middle. I'll put it outside, kind of now, and then I want this kind of radius. Fill this up a bit. Okay, so let's do that. Basically, let's follow this ball. So let me duplicate this, right? Okay, I actually don't know how to create. I thought I could do this, but it's not. How do I transform this into a? I'm gonna search how to add a new animation folder. Animation folder. Oh yeah, I didn't say in CSP. Okay. Animation menu. New animation layer. Animation folder. That's kind of dumb, no? But whatever. Let me delete this. Delete folder. Yes. So that one is fine because it's just a static background. But this one, now I get to place it. Nice. Okay, and then let's duplicate this. Is there a duplicate button? All right, this one I'm gonna place right here. But then I'm just gonna rotate based on this axis. Well, I can go based on this axis, that's true. And then go up. Oh, the rotation is actually interesting because yeah, if it's rotating, I think this works. I think it makes sense. We'll figure it out. So let's duplicate, add here, and then move. Something like this. And then next layer. Yep. Let's duplicate, add it here, and then this will be, I feel like this will be directly on top of it. Actually, still not directly on top. Almost directly on top. Yes, yes, yes. And then, David, does it actually move every second? Actually surprised that I made it go every second. All right. And then let's duplicate this again. And yeah, I forgot what I'm trying to do. Oh yeah, add it here. The new layer. And then move it. Move it. Okay. Yes, yes. Wow. It's it moves every layer. That's actually crazy. Duplicate. And then add it here. And then transform it. Like this. Okay. Nice. Now it's here. Let's duplicate this again. Add it here And then, wait a minute, that's not how I want. Control that. Maybe it is. Okay. And then I move it this way. And then let's do it here. Let's duplicate this. Add it here. And then move this. And this is the last one? Okay. Wait. Yep. Wait. Yeah. And then duplicate this final one time. And then add it here. And then move it. Why is it so small? I guess I can make it bigger. It doesn't matter. It's light. Let's see how it's gonna look like. Oh. Now I just need to do a bunch of light stuff. Can I just disable this so we can see what it looks like before? Hehehe. Alright. Now we just clean this up, make it look better, and I think we should be good. I don't know if I need the onion skin from now on. Kind of looks weird seeing that, but okay. So the light's shining. So we'll be shining across, and then it would be like a circle here, but then there'll be a shadow, so I need to erase the shadow as well. It's interesting. Kind of. I mean, like, light should not have anything like that, but and then now I'm thinking is should it be? I guess I should erase, and then it should even be straight like this as well because. I don't know. Is that how light should act? I think it should be not fully transparent. Maybe like I need to pick a color between those two. So let me erase with 50%. Let's see what it looks like when I erase. Yeah, maybe this color. I can pick this color and then just go hard erase, but yeah. Yeah, maybe that's a bit too much. It's like some of the light needs to. Yeah, I can maybe do this. Yeah. Then follow the circle on the floor. Definitely adding too much complexion to my scene. For the first timer, this is definitely maybe a bit too much. And then this is a shadow, a dark shadow. Something like this. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. Now we do the same here. Okay, maybe I do need the onion. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Well, it doesn't really matter because it's gonna be covered by the ball, but kind of looks weird. All right. Let's do the same thing. Let's get the white. Bless you. And then if the light shines straight. Draw this straight. Okay. Okay. All right. And then we do the same color. We just need the color. We just need this color. And then now we can do the thing. I can color this section. And then we can erase. I don't know if I need the onion, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I do. Yeah, that works. What do we do here? What are you all thinking about this? Hello. Sorry I didn't catch. Just popping in a stray, but somehow got the stream in YouTube Shorts format style. Trying on mobile. Sucks for viewing. Glad I can go to your channel find the normal video format. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't read your messages now until now. I'm working on animating a ball going across. And then it's nothing too. I tried to make it so that it could be visible, but I guess when I keep scrolling in, it sucks. So it might not be the best viewing experience. I'm just animating a ball. So far, this is what it is doing, and it's just a light following it. Is what I'm doing. So I'll see. Like the first two frames look good, better than it does now. So you can see. Now I'm just gonna finish this up and see what it looks like at the end. I've never animated before. This is my very first time as well. So hopefully it becomes good. Hee. I am not a pro, not even close. But it's fun. I actually think it's pretty fun actually. All right, you got this. Bam. Shining like this. Okay. Now we just need to get rid of the other color here. And then this would essentially block off this section. And block up this section. Now we can fill this up. And then the shadow underneath it would be gone. You can't, it would be covering it. Okay. All right, let's do the same. Keep on working. It is indeed a grind. Like, you actually do need to grind for this to look decent. Imagine any animation you've ever seen. What this is not even. I don't think it's probably like a second or two. This might be just a second. Actually, it's just a second. And it's taking me this long. I am not an expert, so I am definitely slower. Not confident with my lines or anything, so. Okay. And then let's grab your color. And then this will be here, covering. Similarly, this way. Let's fill this up. And then let's eliminate the shadows. Okay. Okay, this one I probably need to extend because the ball is not even. Well, I can maybe move it, but even then, I guess that would work if I did this. Okay, but even then, it's not full. Uh, oh well, yeah, zooming in is perfectly fine. Okay, that's good. Oh well, I say take a look at the principles of animation. Experiment getting a ball to express them all and then combine them. Pendulum, bouncing ball, with and without squishing, ball getting hit by something, setting in motion, etc. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably good. All good ideas that I'll write them down actually. Give me a second to write down. I'll add in my notepad. How about that? Notepad. I think I've seen a bunch of so we can do pendulums. We got some bouncing balls. That's actually a good one. With and without squish. Without squish. And then we got ball getting hit by something. I think I got myself. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess with this one it'll be 5. So thanks for the suggestions. I'll try them all. But yeah, I didn't think much about animation before. I thought it would be so. If you look at my normal art, it is not that great. So I was thinking it's not gonna be that good. You know, I thought it wouldn't be doing that well. But I'm actually surprised on how fun it is. So okay, I like it. All right. Now we're in the got 1, 2, 3, 4 left, which is good. Draw a straight line. I really need to place the comments somewhere that I could actively see it. So let me see if I can move this a bit. It's very easy for me to see chat. Let me pop it out. Okay, if I put it here, would I see you? I think that's better. Yeah. Now if you comment, I have a higher chance of seeing it, so I don't miss it. And thank you for dropping by to check the stream. Do you do animations? Does anyone watching right now do any sorts of animations or interested in animations in general? Okay. Something like that. Animation more about motion. Even a ball can be expressive. An old animated tool was doing flower bags animations. Flower bags animations. What does that mean? Flower bags animation. Oh, interesting. Oh, you mean this? I've seen this before, actually. That's okay. We got something else to add to the list. Flower bag animation. Jumping. I guess it's like a simple way to animate without having to draw a face or a leg or an arm and dealing with all that complexion. I dabbled in a good deal, but took a big break to focus on cementing an art style first. Okay. It's for a game, so logistics came. Okay. Yeah. What kind of game you? I would say like 2D game. I would assume you need experience in this. Even 3D probably do. But yeah. Yeah, like actually has like two limbs. It looks like it has two legs and two arms, even though it's just a knot. So yeah, I was thinking like once I get like what's above a ball, what do you do when you can no longer like I mean I don't think even just sticking with the ball is bad at all, but if you want to do a little bit more complex stuff without going straight to drawing human, I think that makes sense actually. Because as I was saying, I don't think my right now at least my art in general looks that good. Okay, I'm gonna make this one thicker. I think it's better. No, I need this guy. Okay, that works. All right, all right. And then get this shadow in. Let's see if I can do this. Nice. And then grab the bottom shadow. Okay, yeah, 2D. Yeah, makes sense. When you're doing 2D, especially, you gotta do like line by line of like frame by frame drawings. So yeah, is it gonna be like pixel art? I'm thinking pixel art would be simpler, but if it's like the cup head style of drawing, then that probably require more work and definitely some art style to be developed for what the game's gonna be like. For me, I don't know. I don't know where I heard it from, but people say art style is whatever you're drawing right now. Whatever art style you have is whatever you're drawing right now. So you have an art style, it's just you may not like it. Uh, Maybe that's what they're trying to say. I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's make it more circle. And then go with the other color. Okay. Right. When I'm doing this right now, all I can think of is the game. What was the game called? There was a game. Technically 3D, but it is. It has like a drawing style on top of it, and I played it on like PlayStation 3 back in the day, and it looked really good. Some raccoon game, some raccoon as a thief. I don't know if you know it, but that's I do like that style of art in a game. That's I always like that. Okay, technically, but not looking for it. If you've seen Cove X3, it's more like that. Things on style is I like when you games keep it coherent thought. Sprites plus semi-realism CGI annoys me. Of course, I agree with that as well. I'm pretty sure if you try to use free assets, then yeah, Sly Cooper. Oh, I love that guy. I like the style of that art. It's technically 3D, but then like the drawing of that 2D is really good. Let me switch it up actually. Sly Cooper. Yeah. It is technically 3D, but I do like it. Damn, this is not what I remember. I'm gonna tell you that. I thought it looked better. In my brain, it definitely looked different. Now, who's this Kof? Let me search it. Paste this in. Is this one you're talking about? It's a fighting game. Hmm. Cool. I actually don't know much about this game, but it is very unique. It's like the anime style but 3D, but then the background also is drawn. Pretty cool. Okay. Oh my god, I went on the last frame. One frame left. Yeah. But basically in that game, you're trying to hide from the light, which is basically what I'm drawing right now. And basically the ball is like the raccoon trying to be a thief while the light is trying to shine on you and you can escape the light. So that's why it dawned on me. But yeah. Okay, this one can be off the frame. And I can go like this. Yeah, it's definitely 2D. It's not like pixel. But either way, I do like both pixel and 2D, so I'll take both. I'll take both. All right, so it'll be like this, shining. Maybe I'll reduce this a bit. Doesn't make sense to be that big. Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. I do need some more animation for this one. Okay. Okay, here makes sense. The light's on this side. Here is alright, it's on the top, but here does not make sense. I just realized the shadow does not make any sense. It's supposed to be on this side. Okay. And this one is fine. This one, I can go probably more, but and then we go here. Yeah, this one also does not make any sense. The shadow should be on this side. Yep, that's what also. I don't know why I didn't think of it until now. But drawing the last frame, I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who are you? Oh, that's not what I want. Okay, so the shadow should be this side. Yeah. Okay, okay. Let's save it. I think we need 1, 2. Yeah, okay. I mean, duplicate this, I guess. Duplicate. We add here. So this is where it changes. Okay. And we can switch this up. Then I think it could keep it shadows. But some motion, I think, would help. Okay, let me duplicate this one and insert it here. And then fix this part a bit. And then maybe move the shadow a little bit. And the last frame would just be the 13 one again. Okay. Hopefully it looks good. Yeah? Yeah? Cool. I don't know how to rate this, but whoever's watching, how would you say this is? How would you rate this out of 10? Yeah, let me zoom out so people at the short side as well can see it. But yeah. So how do I export? I actually have no idea. And see how it looks exported. Save, and let's export. Animation, yes, a GIF. Why not? Why not? Let's call it animation 1. Damn, I can only go this. Why not? Loop count infinite. Okay, I don't know if I completed it. Let me check. Let me see. There we have it. I think to make it more interesting, it would be to have it like go in and out of the shadows. I think I'm gonna Okay, I'm gonna replace it probably, but I think it would be better. No, if it's maybe not fully encapsulated, but I think it'll be better if it's like this. That way, when it's exported, it doesn't look weird. All right. And then I'm gonna export it again. I think I'm gonna, yeah, replace it. Yes, please. And let me see if I can export it as a MP4. Can I? Animated sticker movie. Okay. MP4, please. And I want it here. I'm gonna call this animation one. Yep. Was it 30 frames? I did 24 now. Okay. I don't know if it exported already. Oh, it did. That was super fast. Okay. That's what it looks like. Oh, you cannot see it. I'm gonna show the GIF. The GIF, however you want to call it. There. I think for a first timer, I think I did alright, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day for now. But damn, I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I have a bunch of things to do for next time, which I will be doing the same time next week for continuing on. So if you want to catch the progress, please do. But yeah, thank you, TBC, thank you, whoever commented on this. Much appreciated for joining the stream, and see you next time.